My name is Caroline. I am 11 years old, and I live in Somerset. The name of my story is Interrupting is Very Disrupting. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl named Ella. She loved stuffed animals more than anything in the whole wide world, but her plush buddies knew more than she could ever imagine. As soon as Ella left the room for a while and no one was in sight, a shocking and surprising thing occurred. The curtains closed. For just a moment, it was like a solar eclipse where the sun was totally darkened because the moon was covering it. Then, out of nowhere, a disco ball darted downward, emitting silver sparkles everywhere. And that's not all. The best is yet to come. The stuffed animals came to life. It was true. Good thing Ella didn't have a dinosaur stuffed animal. She did have a stuffed snake, but the stuffed animals were still stuffed animals, just alive stuffed animals. But there was one problem, and the stuffed animals knew it. They wanted to help. Ella's big problem was she interrupted her mom, her dad, her friends, even herself when she played with her stuffed animals. "What can we do with this very hard problem?" slithered Mr. Snake. "Sss. It seems hopeless," hopped Carrots, the bunny. The problem was so bad, and the parents were stumped because they tried everything. "I'm flustered," cried Ella's mom. But the mom and dad didn't know that the stuffed animals had a plan of their own. Emma Elephant wanted to blow the words, "Don't interrupt," into Ella. Sneaky Snake thought we could scare the interruptions out of her. Cassie Cat thought we could sneak behind her and cover her mouth so no interrupting words would sneak out. For some reason, those ideas did not really seem to work. But then Pudgy Panda had an exotic idea. Since Ella's parents talking to her isn't working, let's give her a taste of her own medicine so she knows what it feels like to be interrupted. Okay, everybody agreed. During Ella's regular trip to the treehouse with her stuffed animals, of course, something unimaginable happened. The animals came to life. Ella was mesmerized with amazement. Even the sunflowers turned their heads away from the sun and watched the stuffed animals come to life. But the animals didn't let her get a word in edgewise. As they interrupted and interrupted and interrupted, the stuffed animals were exhausted, and Ella was exhausted. Suddenly something clicked inside Ella. For once in her life, Ella had nothing to say. Ella stared into space. Finally, like tons of shooting stars coming to life, Ella realized interrupting is really wrong. Ella apologized and asked the stuffed animals, "Can you ever forgive me, please?" The animals jumped for joy and shouted, "Yes, we forgive you, Ella. We love you." Next, Ella left to tell her parents not that the animals could talk because the stuffed animals asked Ella not to tell, but that she wasn't interrupting anymore. Ella's mom and dad were talking when Ella entered the room. Then they stopped to wait for Ella to interrupt, but she didn't. They were astonished. "You didn't interrupt?" exclaimed Ella's mom. "I'm never going to interrupt again," shouted Ella, and she didn't. They lived happily ever after. The end.